good afternoon. As you can see, the sun is out. A bit of a change. The weather definitely has been better to us this week, and we have largely finished spring oat drilling, and we're here in a field of spring barley. This is the Explorer spring barley on a Glencore contract for Budweiser. It's a high nitrogen barley. We're on heavy land and we generally struggle to get full malting spec, so hopefully this will help us a little bit. So this field received a horse joker cultivation in the autumn. Left it a little bit rough for my liking, not quite level enough. So what we've been through in the spring, and just cut it up a little bit with our stubble rake, and we think it's leveled it out and just not the top spots off, and it's quite fluffy, and overall I'm pretty pleased with the end result. This follows wheat. You can see the rows drilled versus undrilled. We're still running with the sky here. Not too much seed left on the top. There's a little bit left on the headlands, but hopefully when the rolls go over it'll squish it out. A little bit concerned why my tractor's not moving, but we'll come back to that later. So overall, not quite direct drilling. It has had some movement. You can see there are sections with a little bit of seed on the top here. We're also doing 175 kilos of urea down the spout. You can see some fertilizer occasionally, like there. There's two white spots. But overall, quite pleased, and certainly pleased with the output we've managed in the last few days. So it turns out James was just adjusting the depth, so we've tweaked it. Hopefully back up and running now. One thing we have noted from the amount of benchmarking we do is how important work rates are. Basically it comes down to the equation that the cost of your machine in pounds per hour is divided by the hectares an hour it achieves. So it's really important to us that we keep the work rates up in order to keep our costs down. One thing I'm still not happy about is, unfortunately, when we put our crane trailer back together, we had one of the hydraulic cylinders failed, so we're having to run with a forklift and trailer. It's really hurting our speed and logistics, but at least we can still keep working. So it's worth stating that our strategy is very much for the rolls to chase the drill as fast as possible behind, as conditions allow. This is a field of Elyann spring oats, and caught us out a little bit. This dried out before the spring barley field did, bit of a disappointment, and so Billy is here just chasing up behind. This was drilled yesterday, getting rolled. You can see the sun's just going down. It'll be rolled tonight, no pre-emergence are available for oats, so what we'll try and do is catch it with glyphosate if we can before it emerges. Depends on sprayer capacity. We use Dalbo rolls. See that end roll there, really following the contours quite well. As far as the finish goes, nice and fine. You can see the knobbling of the breaker rings, just creating a bit of an undulating surface. There are occasional seeds on the top, but overall good seed bearing. Still marks from the combine, chaff marks are still available. This again would have had our standard treatment of an autumn cultivation and then light autumn cultivation and nothing afterwards. So this had a demonstration of a Coon Optima, which we actually went out and bought. So sign of things to come, and the Vazdat carrier has gone and it's replaced by the Coon. So this is more of what we can expect in the future.